Okay, so picking back up here where the last video kind of ended, sorry about that. Jurors are required to be given off by employers and are paid a small daily stipend for their service by the court. I think I mentioned this in the last video. It's not a lot of money, I know, from personal experiences. Courts have tried to help relieve some of the stress of jury duty through the one-day, one-trial plan. What this means is that jurors must show up on the day they're required, but if they are not selected for a trial, they will not likely be called for jury duty again for some time. Okay, I think in Pennsylvania, I think it's 3 years. That's what I believe. So, like for example, since I was already called and selected, I probably won't be put on a jury summons list again for another 3 years. However, if a person is selected for jury duty, they must show up every day of the trial. There are some circumstances where jurors are removed for different things, like they have emergencies or work situations. But we can talk more about that later on. Okay, selecting a jury. Some more information here. A juror is selected through the process known as voir dire examination. I'm trying my best with those words there. If they move past the screening process. What this means, and I went through this as well, is that opposing lawyers ask the prospective juror questions to see if there are any prejudices or preconceived opinions about the case. Example, in the case I was involved in, it was about an arson case, a fire. So I have some family members who were volunteer firefighters. I also have some family members who are police officers, so they asked me, am I prejudiced towards supporting or believing a fireman or a police officer more because I have people like that in my family? And I said no, that I'm not, and that's the truth. I was also a little bit of a volunteer firefighter, was a teenager, did like some junior firefighting type stuff. Never went to fires or anything like that, but did some training and stuff like that, fire school. But either way, they ask you about your kind of, your opinions. Do you support this or that? Do you believe this or that is wrong or right or wrong, I should say. And what will happen then is after those questioning, you're taken back out to the courtroom. Lawyers from both sides may ask the juror be dismissed if they feel that they will not render a fair and impartial verdict. That means known as removal for cause. So they might remove the juror because they feel the juror won't be fair. And both lawyers are also given a limited number of preemptory challenges, removing a juror without stating a cause. Okay, so this means they might not want the juror because they feel the juror is too old or maybe too young, but they don't have to say that. They don't have to say, Your Honor, we believe that, this juror is too old or won't be able to understand or hear us properly, or maybe, this juror doesn't look right or smells funny. I don't know. I don't think they do that stuff, but things like that. Okay, they don't have to give a cause. A jury can range in size from 6 to 12 members, but most federal criminal cases have 12 jurors. In my case, in the case I served on, I believe we had 12 jurors and then a couple of, I don't call them absentee jurors, but they were additional jurors in case they needed them to fill in, and we actually did. One of the original jurors could not continue on for whatever reason, so they had to take one of the backup jurors, alternates, they call alternate jurors. They had to take an alternate juror and put them on the case then as well. All right, and alternate jurors sit there and hear the information as well, so in case they need to fill in, they do, but they don't get to vote or have a decision, a say in the decision-making process. Okay? All right, so our closure. Again, thinking about how does the court system work for a trial. Think about the important people, the judges, the lawyers, the plaintiff, defendant, prosecutor, things like that, prosecutor and defendant, the jury members, how are they selected, what are the stages in a trial in the court system, and that'll help you answer your question, all right? Hope you have a great rest of your day or night. Please let me know of any questions or concerns, and I hope to talk to y'all soon. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.